Ooh, okay, we back with part 2. We about to get down and dirty with it, so tell me, did you really expect me to die? You see, the second game in this series is so much better than the first. It builds upon itself, and you know, each level progresses the story. This game has lore now. Oh yeah, you know how much we love that lore. You see, this game only builds upon its predecessor. The story, more emotional. The puzzles, more rewarding. The handler, way funnier, honestly. Listen, if I had had a wingman from any video game, it would probably be him, because my boy is smooth with it, and also egotistical, but you know what? We like him a little toxic. But if I want to get through this game, in this video, boy, I gotta just jump right into it now. I will say though, unlike the last video where I talked about each level in its own little segment, I'm going to talk through the entire game in one go, because this game has a better flow from level to level. This game starts you out undercover as a stagehand, where your goal is to protect the Prime Minister who's attending the play, while the great star John Juniper is starring in it. Well, the giant mask prop that they have for the play starts spewing out this poison gas, so you have to, you know, blow it up. After the attack, your agency puts out a hotline that anyone can call if they have information about the attack. Well, the previously mentioned star of the show, John Juniper, says he has information, but he's stuck in Europe, so John lets you take one of his self-flying jets over to Europe to come meet him in person. Well, it turns out the jet is trying to actually kill you, and you learn that John Juniper is working for Dr. Zor. You heard me right, Dr. Mother-flippin' Zor.
He's back, baby!
And so, like any logical person, they send a mother-flippin' missile at you. You heard me right, a mother-flippin' missile, which you expertly disarm. By disarm, I mean blow up somewhere else. John Juniper, stunned by your skill set, is like, oh my god, there's only one person who could do that.
And they died on the death engine! Unless... Gibson, get Zor on the phone. I believe a pesky phoenix has risen from the ashes.
Well, you and your handler come to the plan of, hey, remember that mask back in level 1? The fabricator made that. So you go break into her lab and you find, what else but a mask.
Oh my god!
I ain't talking about no COVID mask, no. I'm talking about a actual full face mask that has the ability to make you look and sound like anyone you want, including the heads of state. And then you put together, oh, they're getting nuclear codes to hold the world hostage. Wait, the Prime Minister went missing. It was at Juniper's play. Wait, Juniper's an actor. So if Juniper impersonating heads of states to get nuclear codes, he already probably has some. Right? Lucky for us, John Juniper is holding a party as a mansion, so you make the absolute logical move of breaking into the mansion, going down to the wine cellar, knocking out the butler down there, and pretending to be him. And then you somehow, using absolute tomfoolery, get John Juniper to give you the briefcase by tricking him into thinking his mansion is surrounded by agents.
Can you get it open?
What?
It doesn't make sense.
And it works. You know what? It works. You know what? Game recognizes game. It works, and you skedaddles cadoodle out of there. I'm pretty sure John took this as a personal attack because it was, and he decided, you know what? I have this mask. You know what I should do? Use the mask to impersonate your handler, and he does it. You know what? His plan, which is objectively way more dumb, works. He impersonates the handler, getting you to go to a building, traps you in the building, gets the briefcase back, starts evil monologuing, which, fun fact, if you hit him during the monologue, he just stops and goes, okay, I'll just kill you then. He was gonna do it either way, but like, funny fact. But he does the most James Bond villain-esque thing, which traps you, has a laser slowly come towards you at 0.5 miles per hour, if even. And then just leaves. He just leaves. He's like, well, my job here is done. And leaves.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then you use your telekinetic powers that they always forget you have to, you know, escape and then get out of there. You know, I'm ripping on this level a lot, but it actually gave me some trouble because that last bit trying to aim the laser at the thing holding you down, it's kind of hard. But that's because I have a very unsteady hand. And this takes you to the final level, where your character does the most sensible or unsensible thing. I haven't decided which one it is yet, but he decides, you know what, I can get to the top of this tower. Let me take the elevator. And for the most part, it works. But as you're going up, you realize, oh, this isn't just a building. This is a nuclear silo that's above ground? What? Well, you get to the top, and John Juniper is giving another evil monologue above the silo over this bridge. And he's like, oh, people of the world, or leaders of the world, whatever, this isn't a peace conference. You are not my hostages. See this nuke? So you mess with the bridge he's standing on, which makes him trip and fall over, almost falling down the silo. And he's like, wait, hold on, if you save my life, I will tell you who Dr. Zor is. And Dr. Zor is like, no you won't. Because John, you know, is wearing a mask. And Zor's like, try again. And shocks him with the mask, killing him. Which, you know, is the toughest moment in this game. He's really like, I'll tell you who he is. Nah. No. And so you, in all your infinite wisdom, have to now disarm a nuke. Because Zor's like, you know what, if that doesn't work, I'm still gonna blow up the world and be the ruler. And so you have to disarm a nuke. One of the most intense moments of my life, because, you know, when you're in VR, you were really into it at that point. And I'm having to try to figure out these puzzles, because this is like, if you ever played the game, Keep Talking and Nobody Dies, or Keep Talking and No One Explodes, you know, that game where you and your partner have to talk to each other to disable a bomb. It's like that, but you don't have another person on the other side, you just have to figure it out. And you know what, I figured it out, and it's really cool, and then, you know, it loses its power. And so you are like, you know what has power? This elevator, so let me attach the elevator to this bomb. And, oh, you disarmed it. Oh, your elevator's falling.
If you survive this, Agent, I shall be in touch. Agent!
And after this level, you get the coldest speech. By the coldest speech, I mean your handler being very mournful because he believes you're dead. So, that happens.
To the Earth Agency Board of Directors, from Agent Supervisor Sim. This is my final report on the Juniper incident. Shortly after the television broadcast cut out, Zorax's defense headquarters was destroyed in an enormous blast. The agent at the scene, hereafter referred to as Agent Phoenix, well, we haven't found a body yet. If they did survive. Well, right before they disarmed the warheads, Dr. Zor addressed the agent directly. If Zor's taken a personal interest, well, to be plain, it is my strong recommendation that we prepare for direct engagement. Thanks to Agent Phoenix, Zoraxis cannot operate in the dark anymore. Zor's strategy is already changing, and we need to be prepared for anything.
But, you know, I think that following the most climactic part of the game is easily one of my favorite parts of this entire franchise. But, you know, in the end, that doesn't matter. What matters is the best level of this game. And honestly, I think by the fact you can tell how much I was riffing on that last level, you can tell it's the last level. The last level, Rising Phoenix, is so good. It's my favorite level so far. Out of all of the first games and all of this games, the last level in this one hits so hard. That final moment, super intense. Everything before that, the puzzles, which I really didn't go into, but there's different puzzles when you're, you know, actually going up the elevator. Those are actually, they aren't hard. None of the puzzles are hard. I'm not even going to pretend like they are. They might give you some difficulty, but none of them are really hard. But they all feel nice, if I could say. Like, you feel like a spy, and the fact that they aren't too hard doesn't make it seem like the game is trying to beat you. It makes it feel like you are being a spy. You are smarter than what they can throw at you. And I love that feeling. Is it my egotistical brain? Probably.
Do I care? Not really. And then that final moment where you finally get to the top, you go to stop Juniper, and to be fair, Zor is the one who kills Juniper for you. You don't even kill him. You give Zor... No, you don't even give Zor the opportunity. He could have electrocuted him at any point. Juniper threatens to betray Zor, so Zor kills him. Logical thinking. And Zor's like...
Nah. Hey, Agent, let's not be too hasty. You don't want me, you want Zor. I can tell you who Dr. Zor is.
No, Mr. Juniper. I don't think so.
Ha! What are you gonna do about it? There's nobody left in this building to stop me. I'm still running the show.
Mr. Juniper, you were never running the show.
Fabricator,
If you would.
bye-bye, John.
What? Wait! Doctor, I...
What a disappointment.
Hey, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we hear Dr. Zor talk, if I'm right. He talks to you directly, and I'm pretty sure they reference how it's the first time Dr. Zor talks to you. And he says, hey, if you survive this elevator shaft falling, I will be in contact. Which, yeah. You have, thwarted his big plan twice now, blowing up his giant satellite and disarming his nuclear silo. See, that would put a target on your back. But I think the only way to really encapsulate the feeling of this final level would be to play it. Like, I'm being dead serious. Go play that game. Go play I Expect You to Die 1 and 2. 2 hits so much harder after you played 1. But even then, that final level, oh my god, nut! And come on, man, I just love these games! Well, on to the next one. Actually, before that, I'm gonna go get lunch, so,